Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 1, part 3, the earth in the solar system, that is of geography. So here in this video we will learn about the important facts of 6 planets as 2 has been already done in the previous video. Also we will learn about dwarf planet, the satellites of the planet, and artificial satellites. Here we will start with our planet Earth. It is also a very special planet. The Earth is also called blue planet because 3/4 of its surface is covered with water and it appears in blue color, as you can see in the picture also, and thus it is called blue planet. Now our earth has one natural satellite called moon. When we read about Mercury and Venus, they don't have any satellite, but our earth has one satellite. Now earth takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution around the sun and 24 hours to complete one rotation on its axis. Revolution is when a planet takes a round of sun on its own orbit. That is revolution. That means moving around the sun. But when a planet rotates on its own axis, that is rotation. Now this rotation causes day and night, and the revolution cause seasons. Now the earth is not a perfect sphere, it is oblate spheroid or a geoid in nature. That means the shape of the earth is not a perfect sphere, it is flatter at the poles, and that is why we call it as oblate spheroid. It is the third nearest planet to the sun and fifth largest planet in solar system. It has an age of around 4.54 billion years. Now, if we talk about the layer of earth, the uppermost layer of earth is crust. Then we have mantle, then we have outer core, and after that inner core. So we live on the crust, the uppermost portion of the earth. As we discussed about the shape of the earth, that it is a oblate spheroid, but the path on which it moves, that is not spherical, it is oblatical. So sometimes it is closer to the sun, other point it is farthest to the sun. On 3rd January it is closest to the sun, and around 4th July it is farthest to the sun. So the region where it is closest to the sun is known as perihelion. Peri means close, helion means sun. So perihelion means close to the sun. Now other side we have ephelion. Now ephelion, which is farthest from the sun. Earth is a very special planet. It is a very unique planet. As you can see in the first picture, plants are there, animals are there, water is there. So this is not the condition on other planets. Earth is unique because it gives the favorable condition for life. it has life on it. Now in the second picture you can see the movement of earth around the sun, that means the revolution of earth, and the revolution of moon around the earth. Also you can see the picture of moon here and the surface of the moon. As we discussed, earth is a special planet. It is a unique planet as it provides favorable conditions for the existence of life. Now, what are those favorable conditions which Earth has and other planets don't have? So, here we will read about that. Earth is neither too far nor too close to the sun, and because of that, it has optimum temperature for the survival of life. As life cannot survive in very hot place, also in very cold regions. It needs optimum temperature for the survival which earth has. The earth's atmosphere is rich in oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now oxygen is essential for the breathing as well as carbon dioxide is essential for the photosynthesis of plants. Also, carbon dioxide acts as a cover to protect us from extreme coldness. The Earth's atmosphere is favorable for the survival of life. Water is present on the earth and which is very essential for all forms of life, as no one can survive without water. Also, the presence of diversity of life can be seen on the earth. The oceans, atmosphere and land is present on the earth and they play very critical role in sustaining life on the earth. The earth has different seasons which greatly affect the life and vegetation. So these are some features of the earth which makes it unique planet and it gives the favorable conditions for survival of life. As we have already discussed, Earth has one natural satellite, that is Moon. So now we will learn about Moon. Moon's diameter is 1/4 of Earth's diameter. So you can understand how small is Moon in front of Earth. It is also the closest celestial body to Earth and thus it appears very big. Now distance from Earth is about 3,84,000 kilometers. Moon takes 27 days to move around the Earth. As Earth moves around the Sun and it takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete that revolution, the same way Moon moves around the Earth and it completes the revolution in 27 days. Now Moon has no atmosphere and because of that it has a big variation between the temperature of day and night. At daytime the temperature is around 127 degrees Celsius. Whether in night it is around minus 173 degrees Celsius. So you can see how much variation is there in the temperature of day and night on Moon. Also, Moon has no cloud, no atmosphere, there is no rain, there is no water and there is no air. Also, the gravitational force of Moon is 1/5 of the Earth. That means if a person weighs 100 kg on Earth, that person will weigh only 20 kg on the moon. So it has very less gravitational force. There is no light on the moon. It does not have its own light. It reflects the light of the sun. The first man to reach the moon is Neil Armstrong. He set his left foot on the surface of the moon at 10:56 p.m. EDT. EDT means European Daytime on July 20th, 1969. But if we talk about the Indian time, it is 2:56 a.m. IST, that is Indian Standard Time, on July 21, 1969. Here you can see the picture of Neil Armstrong. Now we will learn about the phases of moon. You must have noticed in the sky, someday we can see full round moon. Someday it is very small and someday there is no moon. How it is so? That we will learn now. Now, while moving around the earth, the moon appears in different shapes, sizes and position. We can see full moon once in a month. This position is called full moon night or Purnima. So on Purnima we can see a full moon, that is once in the month. You cannot see the moon of fortnight later of Purnima. That means after 14 days of Purnima, you cannot see moon because that is Amavasya. So in a month, one day there will be Purnima and you can see the full moon, and after 14 days, that means on 15th day, there will be Amavasya. That day is new moon night and you cannot see any moon in the sky. Here in the picture, you can see different phases of the moon. Now we will learn about artificial satellites. An artificial satellite is a man-made machine that continuously revolves around the Earth. Sputnik 1 was the first artificial satellite which was launched by Soviet Union in 1957. Aryabhat, Bhaskar 1 and 2, Rohini 1 and 2, INSET 1, 2 and 3 are the artificial satellites launched by India. Now, what is the purpose of artificial satellite? So, the purpose of artificial satellite is to observe military, civilian and activity of Earth. Also, presently educational satellites are launched to promote education. You can see in the picture the satellites are there. Now we will learn about the planet Mars. The planet Mars is also called the red planet because it assumes a brick-like color in the night sky. That means the color of planet looks like the color of brick. Now, it takes 1 day to spin on its axis. That means the rotation is of 1 day. It takes 687 days to complete one revolution around the sun. It has two satellites, Deimos and Phobos. You can see here in the picture the color of Mars and the two satellites Deimos and Phobos. Now in between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter, we have a region called asteroid belt. In this, we have asteroids, which are group of tiny bodies made up of rock and metal, and this revolves around the sun. Now these are also called minor planets. Till asteroid belt, we have 4 planets, which are inner planets. After asteroid belt, we have other 4 planets, which are outer planets and which are further divided into 2 parts, gas planet and ice planet. Now the first 2, Jupiter and Saturn, are gas planet. The last 2, Uranus and Neptune, are ice planet. Now we will learn about the planet Jupiter. They are also called giant planets as they are very big in size. So Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. It takes 9 hours and 56 minutes to complete the spin on its axis, that is rotation, and it takes 11 years and 11 months to complete a revolution around the sun. Now it has 79 satellites. You can see the picture of Jupiter here. Now we have our second largest planet, that is Saturn. It takes 10 hours and 40 minutes to complete a spin on its axis, that is rotation. And the revolution time is 29 years and 5 months. It has 82 satellites. Also, you can see in the picture, it has spectacular rings made up of ice and ice covered dust particles. Next, we have Uranus. Now, the rotation time of Uranus is 17 hours 14 minutes and the revolution time is 84 years. It has 27 satellites. It is the coldest planet in solar system. Also, you can see it has rings. Now, like Venus, it spins on its axis from the east to the west, that is clockwise. That means opposite of all the other planets. Now the last planet which we have is Neptune, and it is the farthest planet from the sun in the solar system. The revolution period is 165 years. That means it takes 165 years to take a round around the sun, and the rotation time is 16 hours 11 minutes. It has 14 satellites. Now after Neptune we have Kuiper belt, and it is made up of ice. Till here we have read about stars and the planets. Now what is the difference between a star and planet? Star is made up of hot burning gases, but planets are made of solid materials like rocks and stones. Stars twinkle, planets don't twinkle. Stars have their own lights, but planets reflect the light of the stars. Stars are very hot, but the planets which are near to the sun are more hotter, but if they are far away from the sun, they are cool. Now, their stars can be seen with naked eyes, but the planets cannot be seen with the naked eyes. There are billions of stars in the universe, but there are only 8 planets in our solar system. Now we will learn about the dwarf planets. Apart from these 8 planets, there are some minor planets in the solar system. They are also revolving around the sun and they are known as dwarf planets. Now, the first largest dwarf planet is Eris. The second largest dwarf planet is Pluto. Pluto was earlier considered as ninth planet of the solar system. But on August 26, 2006, the International Astronomical Unit, which is IAU, excluded it from solar system. Why? Because it was having very low mass, it was small in size, and also it was intersecting the orbit of Neptune. The planets cannot cross each other's orbit. They have to revolve on its own axis. But the Pluto was intersecting the orbit of Neptune. And thus it was excluded from the planet. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.